Take it slow. Don't get in your way. Keep it moving. At the pace of every weather, look within. And don't forget you are surrounded.
Good morning. I am trying out a vlog style video today. I've been inspired by things I've been watching. Specifically, I think it's Brittany Bathgate. I really love her vlogs and how calming they are. Some vlogs are either obviously they're mundane and they're meant to be, and that's the appeal. But sometimes they're a bit either too performative, and you can tell that people have, curated a day just to make sure that they could vlog it. Or it's the opposite, and sometimes it's a bit too chaotic and a little bit too mundane that I'm not quite ready to be so immersed in someone's full day. So I like to do the vlogs, or I like to watch the vlogs that have a little bit more space in between. I'll cut to a garden scene, then a smoothie scene, then something else versus a whole day. Yeah, I don't watch a lot of vlogs, but they've since come on my radar, especially since I've been binging YouTube so much. I don't know about you, especially in quarantine, but I wanted to show you because I haven't shown you before my everyday makeup bag. This was something that I saw on Jamie Page's YouTube channel here, and I'll link her down below if you haven't seen her, but she is a Canadian YouTuber, and she's been in the game for a while. This is from the Daily Edited. They're out of Australia. Saffiano leather. You can get it monogrammed. I feel so bougie. The only complaint is that when you open up the top compartment, you have this strange belt with the perforated holes that I thought were meant for earrings, but if you wear earrings, these are giant holes, and I'm afraid that the backs will still get, kind of wonky, or they might get squished, and so I found a perfect use for it with these clips that you see all over YouTube as well, but I haven't regretted buying them. I actually find them useful in my day-to-day. Why don't I put a few on? So on top I have a few brow products, my Glossier Boy Brow, and some brushes. In the compartments I have my mascara, and then in my bottom compartment, and I've been on the hunt for a perfect makeup bag for a long time. I was interested in base for a while, B-E-I-S, but I don't like that it's all vegan leather. And then the compartment below has all of my larger, chunkier products that you've probably seen before. Sunscreen. I'm just going for almost an undetectable makeup look today. D-Bronzi drops by Drunk Elephant. Grown Alchemist primer, my favorite part of the routine. Ilia. I am in the shade S8. Find that nothing beats this dewy finish. I've stopped putting makeup on my nose. My nose has a lot of texture, a lot of craters, a lot of redness and discoloration. I haven't regretted it, and especially now that we're wearing masks, people don't notice. People know that your nose is supposed to look like your nose, and we have so many different tones on our face anyway that it's actually just more of a natural look not to cover your nose, even though it might be a spot of vulnerability for you. It is for me. I've just been happier avoiding that altogether. And I'll show you what I mean with the concealer. This is the Kosas Revealer Concealer, and I just put a little bit. That's as far as I go. I have so much darkness around my lips that if I want a lipstick color to show up, it really helps to put a little bit there, and then just a touch down here. So I'm kind of dancing my brush across the concealer to spread it out a little bit, to spread out the edges around the blemish, and then I'm just gonna pat on top of the blemish so that I can still see any freckles that I might have. It's just the most natural way I can apply with a brush. I find that with a finger it works just as well too, but I'm tugging a little bit stronger with my finger, so brush actually is a little softer on my skin. I'm also not going completely up to my under eye. I'm leaving a little bit of darkness again because it's so natural. And then I'm just gonna buff in the excess on my forehead because it has had no love and I don't want it to look unnatural. So that's the skin done. I think it's looking quite good, at least from this vantage point. I have my ring light on, but also a lot of morning light. It's morning here in Milwaukee. I feel like I'm saying that every single video now, but wherever you are and whenever you're watching this, thank you. Thank you for being here with me. I'm gonna start on the brows real quick, fill in parts of the tails of my brows. I keep forgetting that I'm planning to do a vlog. I feel like I'm just doing a makeup video. One thing that I've learned from watching myself back these past 2 months that I started YouTube, I have patterns of speech. I say I think a lot. I say to me to end a sentence. It's a very passive way to end a sentence. I say again and like a lot more than I thought I would. Glossier Boy Brow. YouTube is helping me with my speech habits as well as my presentation skills. Is that something that people find? I'm an introvert of introverts. I am a shy gal, and I've had to learn to come out of my sleeve. I was gonna say sleeve. I guess it could be a sleeve. My magical woolen chrysalis. Brows, 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 brows. So the eyes are actually gonna take a back seat. I'm gonna go into my Groundwork paint pot. Just a hint. And if it looks like I didn't do anything, then it worked. It's supposed to just give my eyes a little bit of dimension. Layering bronzers today. It's going to be a very natural look, but also one that's meant to be sculpted and feel very bronzy, as if I was living in Eastern Australia and have been quarantining by the beach. And I'm going camping next week, safely from a distance. Madiera bronzer by RMS Beauty. I love their contour bronzer, which is in a cream state. Okay, Stalk'r going on next. What I love about that Madiera bronzer is that it has a little bit of shimmer, so it makes my skin look like it has highlighter on it without actually putting on highlighter. This is a key for the most natural look. If you're only going to use bronzers in your day and no blush or no highlighter, it's key to have ones with different undertones. This one is far more yellow undertoned, which actually fits my face very well, so it just looks like a tan. It just looks like I've tanned, not sunburnt, but after the sunburn, I have tanned to a deeper color. And then finally, I have the Kosas bronzer, which also has a shimmer in it. This is the medium shade, the perfect shade for me, and she's quite orange, but I love the shimmer on her, and I'm just gonna deepen up the cheeks, almost treating it like a blush. Okay, final touch will be to put a little bit on the eyes. Just gonna take the Kosas on top of the Groundwork. Again, I love it because the Kosas is so warm toned and then Groundwork is so cool toned that this just kind of marries the two. I think I want my lips to look a little bit more terracotta today, so I'm gonna start with the Hawkwind shade from Kat Von D. And this has been discontinued, but her lip liner still lives on in this color, so I have both because I love it so much. And then go in with my Kosas Vegas. I know I just showed you like a white rectangle on screen, but there she is. This also has a demi-matte finish, and it's peachy. She's peachy. And shall we do mascara? This is also a treat. I don't always put mascara on, as maybe you've heard me say before. Yeah, you can see those there. I haven't curled my lashes again. I don't want it to look too extreme. Gonna let my hair dry, do a little bit work this morning, and then maybe take you into a different part of this vlog. This is so strange, but we're gonna go on this together. The audio probably has changed quite a bit because I'm in a different room. I'm in my bedroom actually, and it's not always this bright white. If I could show you what it looked like on the bed, I would, and that can happen a different day. I just have so much clutter on here because I have been decluttering, and that's one of the wonderful paradoxes of trying to lead a more minimal life, is that I have so much I want to try to sell on Depop. I'm actually new to Depop. I'm new to Mejuri as well. I'm wearing my Goodwill men's trousers that you can't really tell. The tailoring is really beautiful, and I think I bought this for like $4 or $5. The hips are kind of coming out a little bit because I tucked my shirt in so aggressively. Don't know why I just untucked that for you, but this is an Everlane shirt that I think is on their site right now. And you can tell that it was not really made for my body because my hips aren't very wide, so there's a little bit extra material and a little bit in the crotch area as well. These old-timey, well-tailored items you just can't beat. I actually wear a lot of black in the summertime. It's a personal preference. It's not just a minimalist look or whatnot. And I've been struggling with this idea of colorful wardrobes and minimalism for a while now because it just seems like, let's get in a little closer. It just seems like there are so many wardrobes now out there, like capsule wardrobes or whatnot, that are just gray, brown, blue. The interest comes in details like this around the sleeve, or, you know, the cut and the silhouette, the fabric, the texture. Maybe that's why we all enjoy, or most of us enjoy, looking at those and kind of can't take our eyes off of some wardrobes like that, because even if we don't aspire to wear just all black or all gray or have pampas grass behind me, I've been looking for pampas grass, and then I have to like stop myself because I see it in every single minimalist video that I see. It's just a soothing palette, so obviously we're drawn to it, but when the reality hits that we're only going to be wearing a few items of interest, it can be a wake-up call. So I've been thinking a lot about the idea of luxury as well, and is the ultimate luxury owning less, being able to make the decision to own less? Is the ultimate luxury to have pieces of jewelry that are special to you? Is it to have time on your hands to deliberate and curate your own things? Is the ultimate luxury as well just enjoying fabrics that are well made or things that are sustainable? Like I'm trying to define that for myself, but there's so much noise out there that talks about luxury and whether or not it can fit into a minimalist lifestyle, and I've just been toying with that. So I'll have more concrete ideas about it later, but this is, I guess, outfit 1.
I know. She ain't anybody, girl, I know. Ain't in anybody's whip I've seen. Ain't in anybody's verse, I know. I've seen that side of everything.
Good morning. This is day 2. I have my necklace on backwards. It's a hand. That's by Simon Miller. I don't think they sell things like this anymore, but there was a time where he was getting some really cool sculptural necklaces and earrings out there, and they were either enameled and, you know, the Yves Klein cobalt blue, or the silver, and then it's just on one of those really cheap strings. It's kind of made out of like a turned satin or like a silk, almost like I would make Play-Doh beads when I was a kid, and then I would put them on this kind of string and just never lose it, that kind of feeling. So it's both the casual and I guess the sleek. So that's kind of my vibe today. I'm wearing like a little button back shirt that I got from TJ Maxx, really cheap. It's all 100% linen. I love going to TJ Maxx to find their linen pieces, because even though some of them aren't like brand named or whatnot, you can tell that the material or the cut is kind of interesting, and then they usually have the colors that I want. And then my favorite summer item of all, with the elastic waistband all the way around, this is my pair of Madewell leather shorts that I wear constantly. They just look like gym shorts, you know? They have a perfect pocket, and they just wear in so well. They have a little bit of a kick out, flare out style. And I guess are there pockets? Yeah. I mean, everything just seems really comfy, and I literally pull them on, and I think I've had these for maybe 8 years or so. I think this is either in their size small or their size 4, and I've tried to find leather shorts like this again, and I simply cannot. So I'm never getting rid of this pair of shorts. I have to go to the post office to send off my first Depop sale, which is very exciting. The fact that someone will buy a pair of sneakers that were originally maybe $100, and I bought them on resale. They're a pair of Golden Goose sneakers, and I found them on eBay. They were exactly my size, and I was like, wow, I'm never going to be able to try this brand without shelling out like $500 bucks. So I bought them, I snapped them up, and then I took them all over to Amsterdam and Prague with me one trip. That was the only pair of shoes that I brought. It was a bold move, and I was young. I would never do that again. But I was really lucky that they worked out, and they worked out in the rain because it was raining constantly. And yeah, I still don't really know how to hold a phone and talk at you. I guess I could flip the camera. Let's see if I can do this. We'll stay right here. This is a comfortable distance. What was I saying? Oh, so I sold this pair for about $65 US, even though I had bought them pre-loved and pre-used, and you know, I had pre-loved and pre-used them all around the world, and someone just snapped them up right away. So I guess there is just more things to mull about, you know, what's new, resale and luxury, and what it means to be luxury, and why a brand can command such lust even though it's a really worn pair of shoes. And I put that in the description. It's not like it's not hanging out there in the world saying that this has been everywhere. So I don't know, just something to think about. But yeah, I might have to change into long pants and put a jacket on, because I might take my motorcycle out to the post office, which is very close by. I haven't been riding recently. I'm a very new rider, but I haven't been riding because I've been baseline depressed and have not been feeling like putting myself through that kind of stress again, even though, you know, longtime riders and longtime bicyclists can tell you that it only gets easier, or maybe they're just used to riding through traffic. My command of the gears and slowing down and shifting is all right. I think it's just my fear of traffic and what happens if something else happens. Of course, I'll vlog it if I do end up going, but I have to go to the post office anyway, so off I go. I've decided not to ride my motorcycle because we're gonna drive over to Madison right after this. So I put on my favorite fragrance here by Dolce & Gabanna. It's my favorite for summer anyway, and this is my little vanity. It's a bit dusty, but I keep all my jewelry in here, and I have two actually. One is for silver and one is for gold toned. I actually love the way I look in both, and I don't mind mixing them. We're about to go to Madison to pick up a few records, but also head to a half-priced bookstore and sell some of my books. That's a comic that I made, but these are, you know, I have some old teen books that I just never got rid of. This one is not so teen. If you've read this, it's quite raunchy, very S&M, quite surreal, and some classics that I've been meaning to read. Actually, I'm halfway through Moby Dick, and I'm halfway through Don Quixote, so I'm gonna keep those. I'll get rid of them for now, and then if I ever get around to it, I'll borrow them from the library. There we go. Alright, good morning again. It is Sunday. I have my trusty, kind of upside down, and I was taught that you're supposed to, oh, it's by the Drybar, that's right. That blow dry bar that the only time I've ever been to one is, it's, oh my god, I feel slight embarrassment because I never thought that I would go to a blow dry bar, let alone the blow dry bar. I have some fallacies in my head that I am not an extra person. And for some reason, the dry bar is like extra basic, extra, just like so far beyond my comfort zone, so far beyond my aesthetic. It's like bouncy and sweet. Everything is named after some Texas Southern belle. I mean, traditionally feminine, you know, and especially in the Western sense, like big, bold, blonde hair that's curly and tousled. I forgot to put in the BB Repair Blow Dry Serum that's supposed to seal in split ends and protect your hair from heat tools. I rarely put this in because it weighs my fine hair down and then it becomes very flat and greasy. As I've gotten older, my hair's gotten less fine. Not quite textured or coarse, but I've also loved to bleach. I love a good bleach, and a good self-done at-home bleach much to my mom's chagrin. I'm not living for my mom, I'm living for me, selfishly. Yeah, so this Drybar thing, it's already broken. I think it came broken where the LED screen can't really tell you how hot it gets, which is unfortunate. I just have to assume that it starts at 350, I think, and it just goes up from there. So the way I was taught is that you hold it upside down and you see that the barrel tapers upwards, and that gives you the most realistic curl. To always start with the front, and if you don't have too much time as you go through your sections, it'll be fine, because the back people aren't looking at as much. That's not true, but I think it's about framing the face well first. I rarely curl my hair. You can tell on video I rarely do anything to my hair. I've been trying for YouTube to put clips in, hair bands in, mix it up, maybe a sleek low bun. Doing things strictly for YouTube has been interesting as well. Half of me is alright with it because it is a performative act anyway, and you do want your viewers to have like a pleasant experience, visual experience, but I shouldn't do it if I don't want to either. So there are days where I just don't feel like dressing up in any other way, or I just throw on a t-shirt and then I feel still as comfortable not doing anything to my hair, barely even putting dry shampoo in. My friend here is getting married next week. She postponed the big celebration till next year, which hope to goodness it is also going to happen next year. But she lives very close by and we're friends from work. She's an art lover like me, so we just planned this very impromptu bachelorette tie-dye session. This is the last day of the vlog. I wasn't planning for this to eclipse the first day of my 6-month low-buy, but alas, it is here. So I'm doing that today, and I've already, it's not that I feel regret, it's just that I feel like, what am I gonna do with my time that is spent usually scrolling incessantly through fashion? I guess I can be specific. I mean, I love Moda Operandi, Shop Bop, Net-a-Porter, Sephora. I just love looking at their new arrivals just to see what's in. The Real is also a big one up there. I have saved searches. I search a lot for handbags mostly. Sometimes I go into jewelry and I always just filter by my 2 ring sizes and on 2 fingers. My index fingers, which is a 7, and then 5s or 4.5s for my little ring fingers. So I love trolling the jewelry site on there. I have some sunglasses as a saved search. I think I type in green velvet every so often. I just have things that I'm always drawn to, so I enjoy doing that, but I know that that is an extra layer of temptation, and maybe it means to either remove the temptation altogether, which would help a lot, or to learn how to use that temptation and still not, and put a buffer between the temptation feeling that sparks when I see something and it's within my reach, and then putting a buffer of time, energy, mental space, all of that good stuff from me just clicking by. So that I'm already struggling with a little bit this morning because I'm usually scrolling a lot. It's the 1st of September. I can't believe it. It's another Monday here. This will be the end of this vlog so far. I'm wondering how I'm gonna do the check-ins for this low buy. Should it be a video itself or should it be built into the vlogs? Because I don't know how often I'll vlog. Perhaps it's once a month. That would be kind of grand. And then that would also coincide with my check-ins. However, I know that vlogs are very specialized content, and if people don't know who I am, I mean, even if they don't know, like, why would they care? It can be relaxing sometimes, and I'm realizing I'm very bad at actually vlogging my life. I just have a morning check-in, and then I forget completely to do the rest, to show you what I'm eating, or, you know, my night routine, or anything that might show up in my life. Working on that, but it's the first one of its kind, and I think I'm enjoying it a lot. It feels a lot more casual. So much beauty stuff, and doing reviews is absolutely the opposite. It is so edited. I edit out breaths and pauses. There's so much prep work. I have to research how much the prices are for things, figure out the perfect name for these videos so that people will find them in search. There's just so many like components to them, and they really are a different beast. So a vlog just feels like a good decompression. I hope you've enjoyed watching it. I am going to the post office on my motorcycle today, so I am going to vlog that right after this little face-to-face. Yeah, Depop has been fun. I also want to do a dedicated video on Depop and what I've been selling, how I've found like the first impressions of Depop. I want to talk about Mercari slightly. It looks like their seller prices are going up October 1st, so that's not fun. This is me. I am in my shorts right now and my safari top, but I will have to change into, like I said, a jacket, long pants, put on my gloves, because that's the kind of riding gear that you're expected to be the most safe in. Any kind of layer on top of, you know, your skin, if you were to skid, heaven forbid, that is what's gonna protect you from the road. So I own a helmet with a bubble shield. I look like a little capped mushroom. Not sure what kind of content I'll be able to get, because once you're all geared up, my glove hands are just become mittens and sausages, and then my bobblehead, I can barely hear anything because my ears are smushed into my face. So there's a lot going on. I'm nervous because I haven't rode in maybe a month or two, and I'm trying to beat the lunchtime rush. Just drop off a package. I sold a leather bag yesterday, which was always exciting. I have so many bags, and I know I say this, it just sounds the most privileged, but I do have so many things. I used that for 2 solid years during grad school, so it's been through the ringer. Books, paints, paper, you name it, you know, laptop, whatever. It's just, I walked everywhere. It has been loved, loved, loved. And that's the kind of thing that I don't want to get rid of, because I know it's such a workhorse of a bag, and now it's in the perfect slouch, has the perfect patina, little scratches in the right place. It can sit and stand just with nothing in it. It's like a little tote from Madewell. Oh, I love it. The strap was perfect. I can go on, but I'm glad that someone else found the value of it. Oh, that's the other thing I wanted to mention. So the 1st of September is also significant because I heard that Oxfam, the charity based in Great Britain or the UK, I think they're for children. I would have to look into more of them. I remember them from my time in Hong Kong. We would always do fundraisers for Oxfam. I digress. If you look them up, they're doing a month-long shop secondhand campaign, and they're trying to do it, you know how like Amazon Day has become, or like Prime Day has become a national holiday in America? It's insane, and I'm trying to boycott Amazon more than I have been. Oxfam is trying to do the same and make this month of shopping secondhand, September, similar to like a zeitgeisty thing where like No Shave November, or if you've heard of Dry January, something like that, where people are always like triggered to think, oh, September, that means I should do this for a whole month, which is exciting because I love shopping thrift. I love shopping secondhand. I haven't stepped foot into a Goodwill for a very long time. So let me pop on some pants, get the package ready for Depop, and then take you onto my monkey. I have my mask right here, and then my little Honda monkey. I made this little keychain. Monkey Chew.
Acid on my raincoat, bitches in my trip, all bought and paid for. Almost let the thoughts infiltrate my brain though. Say my dad's a cop, cause I think fake friends might be playing close. Angle, bitch, what's your angle? Chilling with my baby.
I even got gas. I think I was down to three notches, and it was 85 US cents. 85 cents, not even $1 to fill her back up. So really cost efficient. Obviously the tank is tiny, so I can't really go far, but that's okay. It's not meant for the highway anyway. I think the max speed is maybe 60 miles per hour or 100 kilometers per hour, but that's if you weigh like 100 pounds. So I haven't pushed her to like maybe 55. That's just enough for the Hone Bridge here in Milwaukee, the one where you look right over Lake Michigan. You can see the art museum, the Calatrava building, and you can see the, you know, Bermuda Triangle, basically. It's beautiful. I haven't taken my motorcycle too many places. I don't know the city as well as I should, just like from a map standpoint. So I've just been kind of going the same route, and it doesn't allow me to practice as much. Hard for me to get out of my comfort zone, I'm aware. There's some nice blanket flowers out here, and the bumblebees are still swarming at this, what's it called? Anise hyssop plant. Looks like lavender, but I should really deadhead some of those. The peony bush is taken over, and here is our like sad herb garden. It's not too sad. The basil and the oregano is doing well. Dill, I didn't realize, leaves us so early in the season. I have little glasses and things inside of this pot for my jade plant because squirrels and chipmunks love to bury. Bury, I meant scurry and berry at the same time. So they love to scurry in, berry peanuts and whatnot. And then we have a tomato plant over here. But I don't know why I wanted to show you my garden. It's not perfect, but we love spending time outdoors when we can.
Please handle this side up. You got me upside down. Should only feel this much.